From the Kiss 92.5 studios in Toronto, Canada. Are you ready? Ladies and gentlemen.
This is Roz and Mocha.
It's Roz and Mocha. What's going on?
Hey guys, this is Bruno Mars.
This is Selena Gomez.
The Chainsmokers.
Lady Gaga.
Calvin Harris.
Celestia Cara.
This is Ed Sheeran.
You're listening to my boys Roz and Mocha.
Roz and Mocha.
My boys Roz and Mocha.
The Roz and Mocha Show.
Between Roz and Mocha, who is your favorite?
Mocha. Roz and Mocha. You guys are so funny, man.
Congratulations, Lisa! Wow! You just won $1,000.
That's amazing. Y'all just made my entire morning. Keep it up.
You guys are awesome, man. This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Oh, yeah. Hey, Mocha.
Yes, sir.
Are you ready?
For the podcast? Hell yeah.
Let's do the news.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
News break.
Bruce Willis's family has released a statement because they finally have a legitimate and solid diagnosis for what he's going through, and it is dementia. So they said since we announced that Bruce diagnosed with aphasia in 2022, Bruce's condition has progressed, and now we have a more specific diagnosis. It's called frontotemporal dementia, known as FTD, the statement reads. Unfortunately, challenges with communication are just one symptom of the disease Bruce faces. While this is painful, it is a relief to finally have a clear diagnosis. They say FTD is a cruel disease that many of us have never heard of and can strike anyone. For people under 60, FTD is most common form of dementia, and because getting the diagnosis can take years, FTD is likely much more prevalent than we know. Today, there are no treatments for the disease, a reality that we hope can change in the years to come. As Bruce's condition advances, we hope that any media attention can be focused on sharing a light on this disease that needs far more awareness and research. And the letter was signed by his kids, Rumor, Scout, Tallulah, Mabel, and Evelyn, along with his wife, Emma, and his ex-wife, Demi Moore, as well. She signed that statement.
That's so sad.
Yeah, it's crazy. God damn.
The Roz and Mocha Show
Podcast.
Oh my God, I got to play you this. So I guess Drake was talking to a fan, right? Like every now and then he'll just like pop up on somebody's Twitch stream or whatever and just give him a moment with Drake kind of thing, right? So there's a YouTuber gamer called I Show Speed, and I guess he was FaceTiming with Drake, and he's freaking out. Right? Like losing his mind.
Yeah.
Drake.
He's the biggest artist in the world.
It's complimenting him, like how cool he is and everything else. Then he says that his voice sounded sexy.
Drake, what's up, dog? Yo, you look great right now. What's up? Yo, you look good, bro. What you doing right now?
I'm proud of you, boy.
You proud of me? Hey, you gotta understand, for me, this is crazy, Drake, bro. I'm a huge fan of you, bro.
I got a lot of love for you, man. Like I said, I'm proud of you. You're doing your thing, man.
Bro, your voice is so sexy. Like, bro, how is it so smooth like that? Like, how your voice so smooth like that, bro? How you...
Oh, my God.
He's not going to answer the phone again, bro. He said it wrong, bro. Like, I meant to say his voice is smooth, but I said it wrong. I wanted to say, like, his voice was so smooth.
Now, I watched this video, right? Do you think that... I feel like that was set up for the moment to go viral.
It might have been.
Right?
Yeah.
I think it was all plotted.
Yeah.
Because, Drake is that guy, right? He's down to have a good time and, mess around with people.
Like, bro, how is it so smooth like that?
No, right.
Bro, your voice is so sexy. Like, bro, how is it so smooth like that?
But here's my thing, though, right? Is I don't know enough about I Show Speed, right? I'm sure Drake would be into something like this, but I don't know if I Show Speed would want to go viral because he said that Drake sounded sexy, right? Like, that's on him. It's not on Drake for hanging up.
Because now he's going to get roasted for it on the Twitch stream.
Bro, your voice is so sexy. Like, bro, how is it so smooth like that?
You thought we wouldn't hear, but guess what? We all heard.
Bro, your voice is so sexy. Like, bro, how is it so smooth like that?
Recoup.
Ooh, God.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
NBA All-Star Weekend.
Yes!
Toronto's own, Canada's own Jully Black will be singing Oh Canada. I believe Jewel is going to be doing the American National Anthem, as well as Burna Boy is going to be there. Post Malone is going to be there. Dammit Maury had a chance to catch up with Jully Black last night ahead of the All-Star Weekend to get her thoughts on the importance of being given this honor.
This is super cool for you. But who are you doing this for?
Ooh, you come with the deep questions. I am personally doing this for my late mom, Agatha Gordon, who always believed, it's interesting. Obviously, I've won many awards. I've done many things in my career, but this one is particularly special because it's Black History Month, not to mention I am two immigrants' children. I am actualizing my parents' dreams. They sacrificed so much. And I'm doing this for Canada. I am a Canadian, born and raised. True story, Maury. When the Raptors were in the finals in 2019, everybody was like, you're going to do the anthem. We want you to do the anthem. And it didn't happen. And I was very disappointed. However, you just never know why things go the way they go. Fast forward 4 years later, just about, and here I am doing, the anthem, being the jewel of Canada, while the jewel of America, Jewel does that one. There's two jewels. I am in gratitude. I'm not taking this for granted. This is the largest audience. Largest TV audience, I believe I would have played to. Come to think of it. As far as an international audience, probably not since the Olympics in 2010.
There you go. Could have picked a better person too, eh?
Yeah. Jully Black worked her ass off. She's super nice, so talented, wonderful singer. Cannot wait to see Jully Black perform the Canadian national anthem during NBA All-Star Weekend.
The Roz and Mocha Show
podcast.
Ever since the announcement came out that they're going to be redoing another I Know What You Did Last Summer, and it was announced that Jennifer Love Hewitt and Freddie Prinze Jr. are in talks to return. And then the story was that Sarah Michelle Gellar is not. And then people were like, oh, man, what happened? Why is it Sarah Michelle Gellar doing it? And Sarah Michelle Gellar came out with a statement to just remind everybody why she will not do I Know What You Did Last Summer, which is a simple fact. Quote, I am dead. I am dead. I don't have a head. You can't write for someone that doesn't have a head. I'm dead.
So do people just not remember that she got killed off?
No, they don't remember.
Because that movie did numbers when it came out, right?
Yes.
So how would nobody remember that?
Yes. Well, because even still, when they redid it in, I don't even know, that came out in 97, and that's the one she died in, which is why she wasn't in the sequel in 98, which is I Still Know What You Did Last Summer. She's dead.
She's still dead.
Yes.
But that's
very
never
much
stopped
dead.
Michael Myers in the Halloween movies to keep coming
Yeah, but
back.
she's not the monster.
Spoiler alert.
She's not the monster.
Or maybe flashbacks or something,
yeah,
right?
I don't know. Maybe. Who knows?
The Roz and Mocha Show
podcast.
CNN is in all sorts of trouble. Ever since Trump left office, man, CNN is just
Why would happen now?
Oh, my God. So they're just moving everybody around and all this stuff. But I got to play you this clip of Don Lemon. So Don Lemon and Poppy Harlow are doing the morning show. And Don Lemon is talking about Nikki Haley, who's a conservative, and she was talking for mental capacity tests for politicians over the age of 75, right? And then I guess she mentioned something about prime, somebody being in their prime. And Don Lemon, who's not a fan of Nikki Haley, is sitting there with two women on the show and starts talking about whether or not Nikki Haley, who is 51 years old, in her prime. Listen to this.
He says people, politicians or something are not in their prime. Nikki Haley isn't in her prime. Sorry. When a woman is considered to be in her prime in her 20s and 30s and maybe 40s.
What are you talking? Wait.
That's not according to me.
Prime for what?
It depends. I mean, it's just like prime. If you look it up, if you Google when is a woman in her prime, it'll say 20s, 30s, and 40s. I don't necessarily.
40s. Oh, I got another.
I'm not saying
decade.
I agree with that. So I think she has to be careful about saying that politicians aren't in their prime.
You need to qualify. Are you talking about prime for childbearing, or are you talking about prime for being president?
What the facts are.
Oh my God, Don Lemon! Shut
so
up.
Poppy Harlow walked off set.
Yeah.
Right after that, and then
As she
eventually did come back. Don Lemon issued an apology saying the reference I made to a woman's prime this morning was inartful and irrelevant, and as colleagues and loved ones have pointed out, and I regret it, a woman's age doesn't define her either personally or professionally. I have countless women in my life who prove that every day. And I love Don's when she was like, "What does that mean, prime?" And it's like, well, if you Google prime.
Did he literally just Google when is a woman in her prime?
I don't even think he Googled it. I just think he said that. I think that's just Don Lemon logic.
What?
If you Google,
Like, I don't have to tell you. Go figure it out.
Figure it out, right? Because she was talking about Joe Biden, because Joe Biden is 80 years old, right? And a lot of people are like, does he have everything somebody needs to run again? Because he's thinking about running again, right?
Don't do it, Joe.
Like, put it this way. Bill Clinton is 76 years old, right?
Damn.
Bill Clinton's younger than Joe Biden. Bill Clinton left office 22 years ago. Wow. Right? And he's still younger than Joe Biden. Right? So like that's what they were talking about, which is a legitimate conversation to have. But you can't turn around and say, somebody who is 80 isn't in their prime and say a woman is in her prime in her 20s. Yeah. Well, your co-host is 40. And the woman you're talking about is only 51.
Don Lemon, first of all, you're an idiot. Second of all, I do not think Joe Biden should run again. If I were in the States, knowing that the aliens are on their way, I wouldn't want an almost 80-year-old running the country calling the shots.
Oh, he's Stallone. Stallone's even too old.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Actually, what I would do is I'd put who's the prettiest? Timothy Chalamet.
Yep. Be president?
Yeah. If we as a collective sort of Western world have to put somebody forward that the aliens are going to see first, Timothy Chalamet.
I'll sign that.
He will get them to not kill us. Sylvester Stallone would get us into a war instantly. Timothy Chalamet, I think they'd be like, oh my God.
Wait, Channing Tatum.
No.
No.
Timothy Chalamet.
Smooth skin, right?
Smooth skin.
Yeah, they'd be mesmerized.
He's non-threatening looking, right? But
aliens
still
will probably feel bad. Like, we don't want to pick a fight with this guy.
Trustworthy face. Like, my vote is Timothy Chalamet. Let's run Timothy Chalamet. You don't think so, Sean?
I'm gonna go Tom Holland.
Tom Holland.
Too young.
No, Timothy Chalamet's not much
I
older.
think Timothy Chalamet is younger than Tom Holland.
Oh, really?
I think so.
Damn.
I think so.
Go, Tom Holland. You better ask Chalamet for a skin routine.
Okay,
bro.
what about a Holland Chalamet ticket then?
Oh, come on.
Oh,
right?
There you go.
Prez and vice prez?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Right?
Oh, by the way, Tom Holland's a year younger.
And Tom Holland's a year younger than Timothy Chalamet. Really?
I didn't know Timothy was 27. He looks way younger.
Really? I thought Timothy Chalamet was like 16. No? How did I get 27?
It's the body.
That's wild. There it is. Come on now, Maury. Come on.
You said...
Why you got to make it weird, man?
Okay, I made it weird?
Yeah.
You can't be out here 50 years old talking like that, man.
No, but very much in his prime.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Apparently, Machine Gun Kelly and Megan Fox are doing daily therapy over Zoom to try and salvage their relationship.
Just are doing something.
Daily? No.
I get this has to be like
how bad did he screw up, man?
Last resort, right?
Yeah, they say this according to the New York Post. Megan feels that they must give therapy a shot before making any permanent decisions. They also said that, yes, they are broken up, this according to the Post, but Megan is seeing where they stand. She wants to see what they can salvage. An insider also says that Machine Gun Kelly really wants to make up. Of course he does. Source also previously told Page 6 that Megan found DMs and text messages
on
his phone. Believed that he was having an affair. Megan's rep did not comment, but she did respond on Instagram saying there has been no third-party interferences in the relationship of any kind. That includes, but is not limited to, actual humans, DMs, AI bots, or succubus demons.
Blame it on the AI.
I don't know. I don't know what that means. I don't even know if that's real. And then Machine Gun Kelly's best friend, Maud's son, who was engaged to Avril Lavigne, just got dumped. Avril Lavigne's no longer engaged. I don't even know who Maud's son is. I interviewed those two guys together.
Maud's son and Machine Gun Kelly?
Yeah, I interviewed them together.
Ugh.
Yeah.
If I was in that interview, I would hate having to say both of their names.
Ugh, bro. It's so stupid.
Right?
Yeah.
Machine Gun Kelly. Oh, now over to you, Maud's son.
Yeah, and they were in the worst movie I've ever seen in my life.
What was it called again?
Morning, but it's like MOUR.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know what it's called.
What was the other movie he was in, Machine Gun Kelly? And he was actually pretty all right. It was like a heist movie, wasn't it? I
don't know.
Not Army of the Dead.
He was in that Motley Crue movie.
He was in something else where I think it was a heist movie.
Really?
Or, Bird.
Bird?
What was that Bird movie?
Oh, yeah, Bird. It's just called Bird.
No, with Sandra
Yeah,
Bullock.
no, it is.
Bird Bath,
no,
Bird
it's
Watch.
It's Bird.
Bird.
Yeah, Bird Brain.
Black
Bird
Bird.
Brain. Bird Brain.
What was it called?
Yes.
The bird with the movie?
Bird-
Guys, help me out on Netflix.
Bird turd.
When with the alien, and then they have to like
Bird.
blindfold themselves.
Yes.
Blind bird.
Yes.
Blind bird.
Yes.
Blind bird.
Yes.
Is it
Bird Box?
Yeah.
Bird Box.
Bird
That's
Box.
what it was. Yeah.
Blind. What's that, Maury? Was he in that? Yeah, I'm with Maury on this one. Was he in that?
Your microphone's not on.
He was in that movie?
Yes, he was.
I maybe, you know what, I'm sort of thinking now, Maury, that he might have been in that movie, but I probably didn't even know who Machine Gun Kelly was at the time I saw that movie.
Yeah, he was in that bird. What's it called? Bird Box?
Bird turd.
Shut up.
Yeah, Bird's the Word is what it's called. Is he in that movie?
His real name is Colson Baker, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was.
See?
Really?
I knew
huh?
it, guys. It's my favorite movie.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
According to Justin Bieber's official Twitter account for his tour, Justin has officially canceled the remaining dates of his Justice World Tour. They say check with your point of purchase for refunds for show dates. Back in October 2022, Justin announced that he was postponing dates then as he was dealing with Ramsey Hunt. And this whole thing was, I think, supposed to start in like 2018 or 2019, but then COVID derailed everything, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was rescheduled like 2 other times.
Yeah. So everything is now everything's now canceled. There will be no Justin.
Why he's got to
Bieber
announce
World
that?
Tour.
Like today's going to be the day that everyone's talking about that, and today's also his birthday.
Yeah, I know. How old is he today? He's
29.
Like, 29.
That's
already?
it.
Damn.
29 years old.
Damn. That's old though.
Happy birthday, Justin Bieber.
Yeah. Yeah, nobody wants to tour anymore, right? Everybody got so comfy during COVID. I mean, I know he went through hell, right? Like, he had that whole thing, but like, you know, do you want to go back out on the road now? No.
I don't know. Do you think people would pay for a concert if it was like produced really well and then put up on a streaming service?
Would they pay for it?
Yeah, like remember when Dua Lipa had one of the best COVID concerts.
Yeah.
That featured like Elton John and like a bunch of other people, and it was very well produced. And the only way to watch it was you had to pay how much ever it was on a website. And like a lot of people paid the money for it.
Yeah, but sure, you could, but it's not tour money, right? Like it's
because you want the
not-
merch dollars
So
too,
it's-
right?
Yeah, exactly. It's a one-off, and as soon as it's out there, you know, then your entire concert, your entire thing is just online in HD. Right? Like it's, I don't know. You could, yes, you could. The answer to your question
What are you going to
is
do?
yes.
Scream at the TV?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, why not?
Right? Scream at the TV all the time anyway. I hate everything that's on. Why is this so dark?
It's too loud.
Don't turn the subtitles off.
Speak up.
I swear to God. I look at
What was the
Catherine.
last show that you screamed at?
Oh, last night we were watching a show.
What was it? Do you
Yeah,
remember?
the Last of Us.
And what was your problem with
Yeah,
it?
I looked at Catherine. I was like, I can't hear anything.
She's like, babes, the volume's at 50 right now.
But I just like, it's just something that they do with the mix. I don't know what it is. I have just such
Can
a
you wear
difficult
headphones?
I'm not going to sit on my couch with my family.
That's
and
what
wear
you need.
headphones.
You need noise canceling headphones.
No.
Yeah.
No.
You need Dolby Atmos in your
I
life.
do not.
I swear you do.
No, I don't. Don't do that to me, okay?
And binoculars.
Shush, I don't need binoculars. You
Good
imagine.
one.
Headphones and binoculars.
I know what I'm getting you for Christmas this year.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Screenwriter Jeff Loveness, who wrote Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania, was really hurt by all the negative reviews that came out for the movie. So Quantumania is one of the worst reviewed Marvel movies in Marvel history at 48% on Rotten Tomatoes, almost as low as Eternals, which was 47%.
Oh, yeah, that movie sucked.
The film also dropped 69% at the box office in its second weekend, marking the second biggest drop in MCU history. Jeff says this, to be honest, those reviews took me by surprise, he told the Daily Beast. I was at a pretty low spot. They were not good reviews, and I was like, what the hell? I'm really proud of what I wrote. I thought that was good stuff, you know, and so I was just despondent, and I was really sad about it. I'm pretty happy with it overall, and I think I learned how to take a punch this week, and now that I learned that it's not too bad, I can just get on with making things. Wow.
Damn, that's.
I didn't see it. You were the only one that saw it in this room, right, Moore?
Yeah, I
Did
didn't
you see
mind
it? But are you generally a Marvel fan?
No, I just like a cute movie.
Right, but it was fine though?
Yeah, I was entertained.
Yeah? Okay.
I'll give you my review in May when it's on Disney Plus. I'm gonna wait. I'm not rushing out to go see it.
No.
Anytime soon.
Hey, does Mandalorian start today?
Yo, man, episode 1 is out.
It is, huh?
Yes, 37 minutes.
Keep in mind, there's a ton of articles floating around. I'm not going to give you any spoilers, but the one thing that you do need to know going into Mandalorian Season 3 is that if you did not watch the Book of Boba Fett, you won't understand what's going on in Mandalorian.
Oh,
because the way
really?
Mandalorian Season 2 ended was he gave the baby away.
Yes.
To Luke.
Spoiler alert.
Right? And Season 3 starts and they're reunited again. And the only reason that happened was the Book of Boba Fett.
Who's reunited?
So you have to watch the Book of Boba Fett. Otherwise, you will be lost going into Mandalorian Season 3.
Grogu, Baby Yoda, and
Baby Yoda.
and Mandalorian.
Oh, of course. Yeah, no,
Yes.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Silly me.
And I don't know what's happening with Cara Dune, who was...
Who's that again?
So she was... she's like the big muscular heavy.
Oh!
What's her name played her, who they fired. What's it? Gina Carano.
That's it.
Played her. So I think what they had said was that the character is still going to be in the show. But no word on if it's going to be played by somebody else or if they're just going to reference the character because it's a big old galaxy and all this stuff. But they're not going to kill off the characters. I think.
And
to leave the door
also,
open.
fan favorite, Appa from Kim's Convenience.
Yes.
Because he was in the trailer, and it
Yeah.
looks like his ranking, he moved up. He's like a
That's
general
right.
or something like that.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did, which is kind of cool.
What's
I was
going
Maury?
to say other TV news because we were away, right?
Yeah.
The Goldbergs is ending.
Is it done now?
The season we're in right now will be the last.
Yeah, because the dad's not there anymore, right?
And the
they fired him.
grandfather,
And that's right. The grandfather died, then they fired the dad.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's not much of a show left after that.
Damn.
They were great in that show.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
McDonald's franchisees are reportedly miffed about McDonald's partnership with Cardi B and Offset, with some franchise owners opting to not report the campaign, all due to fears of what they say is negative publicity. An unspecified number of owners have contacted McDonald's corporate to express concern that they could hurt their, quote, family-friendly image. The franchisees argue that Offset and Cardi B lead lifestyles and release music that is at odds with McDonald's brand, such as WAP.
Certified free 7 days a week.
Some of the owners have reportedly pushed their fellow franchisees to remove the items and the partnership. McDonald's pushed back on the internal criticism, noting that the feedback it has received for the collaboration with Offset and Cardi B was generating support and excitement among its franchisees. You want to know what is in the Offset and Cardi B meal?
Yeah.
So they launched this as a promotion for Valentine's Day is when it all kicked off. But here is the Offset and Cardi B meal. It's kind of weak if you ask me.
Okay.
Given like everything that you could have put together on from the McDonald's menu. So it's a classic cheeseburger with barbecue sauce and a large cola.
Okay.
A quarter pounder with cheese and a large high C orange.
Okay.
A large order of fries and an apple pie.
Not WAP enough.
Right?
They didn't create anything new. They just sort of go this, that, and the other.
Yeah, I
They
think
just
the
mix combos.
cheeseburger with barbecue sauce is, I guess, like...
Yeah, but that you could just get barbecue sauce in one of those little dipping things.
Yeah, I know. To me, it's sort of like if you're like going to get the celebrity McDonald's menu, to me, that's really weak.
Also, cheeseburger is just a tiny little thing.
Yeah,
Like it's,
but so's Cardi B. I am like, if McDonald's comes to you, I'm like, well, I want a double quarter pounder, but in between those two patties, I want like 4 nuggets, right? And then slather mac sauce.
Or McChicken patty.
Yes, and then slather mac sauce on, like, create something. I guess maybe
or
they didn't want to do
McChicken
that.
with Filet-O-Fish sauce.
Something like that. That's tartar sauce, right?
Yeah, so good.
Yeah.
Every time I take a bite, I want to hear this. as they're bringing my combo to me.
Yes.
I want this to be playing.
Yes.
7 days a week.
Oh, when the burger container opens, it plays.
Oh, yes. Like a birthday card.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yo, McDonald's, get on it. You're welcome.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Ed Sheeran announces a brand new album called Subtract today.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, let me read you what he wrote because he sort of teased this a little bit when he returned to Instagram a couple of weeks ago because he had just been silent on all socials. He said this, I've been working on Subtract for a decade, trying to sculpt the perfect acoustic album, writing and recording hundreds of songs with a clear vision of what I thought it would be. Then at the start of 2022, a series of events changed my life, my mental health, and ultimately the way I view music and art. Writing songs is my therapy. It helps me make sense of my feelings. I wrote without thought of what the songs would be. I just wrote whatever turned out or tumbled out. And in just over a week, I replaced a decade's worth of work with my deepest, darkest thoughts.
Wow.
So he basically scrapped everything he had been working on. He said, within the space of a month, my pregnant wife got told that she had a tumor with no route to treatment until after the birth. My best friend Jamal, a brother to me, died suddenly, and I found myself standing in court defending my integrity and a career as a songwriter. Because you remember that whole thing where he got sued?
Yeah.
I was spiraling through fear, depression, and anxiety. I felt like I was drowning, head below the surface, looking up but not being able to break through for air. As an artist, I didn't feel like I had credibility to put my body of work into the world that didn't accurately represent where I am and how I need to express myself at this point in my life. This album is purely that. It's opening that trap door into my soul. For the first time, I'm not trying to craft an album people will like. I'm merely putting something out that's honest and true to where I am in my adult life. And he ends up by saying, this is last February's diary entry and my way of making sense of it. This is Subtract. Wow. Yeah. So that's going to be awesome.
The most, so first of all, get ready to cry. Second of all, this is going to be the most emotional Ed Sheeran album we've ever.
It's an acoustic album too.
Oh,
right?
and he's acoustic.
Yeah.
That's like my favorite Ed Sheeran. That's amazing.
But he had been working on it for 10 years, and then all at once, within the span of a week, he said that he scrapped the whole thing.
Did he say give the date? Release date?
No.
Or just that the album's coming
out? May 5th?
May 5th. Oh, amazing.
So there you go with that. Thank you, Maury.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
The Weeknd is making his big screen acting debut alongside Barry Keoghan and Jenna Ortega.
Wednesday Addams. The project has already started filming in Los Angeles, and I think The Weeknd wrote it, and he's producing it, and I think he's doing the soundtrack for it, too. He's collaborating on the soundtrack, so he's making his big screen debut. That's going to be cool. Hey, did that Filthy show that he has start on HBO
Something
yet?
Star? What, Something Star something on HBO?
Hasn't started yet, right?
I don't know what that is. Yeah.
I've seen like so many promos for it.
Yeah. I just had that too here.
Not A Star Is Born. No,
it's not A Star Is Born. It's not
The Idol.
The Idol. Thank you, Maury. Yes. When does that come out? That show looks filthy, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
February 25th.
Oh,
so it's already out.
That was last week.
No,
last
that's
week.
something else.
Oh, you just going to start shouting out dates until you get the right one?
That was a concert film.
Okay.
June 2023.
Thank you. Okay, there we go. June.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Prince Harry, in another step to maintain his privacy, is going to be doing a live stream interview with trauma expert Gabor Mate.
Wow, way to stay private, sir. It's going to broadcast to the entire world.
Dr. Gabor Mate, who's really, really great. I've watched a lot of this guy's stuff. He's super smart. So I guess what he's doing is a live stream with Harry, and then fans can buy tickets to view the live stream.
Oh, so
and maybe even get a chance to ask Harry a question during the live stream.
Wow. Can't get any more private than that, guys.
No.
You know, my issue would be is like people will come up with fun questions, but the problem is they're going to vet all the questions and only pick the serious ones.
Of course. Well, what would you ask?
I wanted to did you see the South Park episode and what are your thoughts?
Well, you think he's going to talk about that?
Well,
apparently.
not if I submit my question. They won't let me.
No, apparently. Megan was not happy with that. I mean, who would be really? You don't even have to leak that.
No.
Right? I watched that clip and I'm like, oh, they're going to hate that. Right? You know what I mean?
Ask anybody.
Yeah. Dr. Gabor Mate says the stream will dive deep into the importance of personal healing and touch on the impact of emotional loss. Gabor Mate hopes the session with Harry can spark an open discussion about mental health for everyone. So there you go with that.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Prince Harry and Meghan Markle have been asked to leave their UK residence, Frogmore Cottage, officially evicted. The
I thought they
couple's-
left already.
Well, they still have the place there, right? Like it's still sort of theirs, I guess.
Like their clothes is in the drawers.
Yeah, they still have like some furniture and tchotchkes and whatever else there. Their people said, we can confirm the Duke and Duchess of Sussex have been requested to vacate their residence at Frogmore Cottage. The confirmation comes after the Sun in the UK claimed that King Charles had made the decision to kick them out and replace them in Frogmore Cottage with Prince Andrew.
Oh, no.
What a disaster.
Wow.
It's said that Harry and Meghan are now working on plans to ship their remaining belongings back to California, where they moved in 2020. When they stepped down as senior members of the royal family. And a insider told The Sun, this surely spells the end of Harry and Meghan's time in the UK. Still no word on whether they're going to show up for Charles's coronation in May. So
Charles is apparently saying that he wants them there.
well, that's a play,
to collect their
right?
things.
It's that's a great play, right? Because if Charles doesn't invite them, Harry can always say he wasn't invited. But if Charles invites them, then it's up to them to show up.
And the king looks better.
And so if they don't show up, it looks like they had the issue as opposed to Charles having the
But
issue.
Mocha was saying earlier this week, King Charles is having a hard time getting anyone to show up. To
Well,
this
yeah. It'll all happen. They'll,
Someone will.
Someone will, yeah.
Someone, like Lionel Richie standing there like, bro,
Yeah.
I didn't get the memo. Everyone was saying no.
Hello?
Is it me you're looking
I'm the only
for?
one to say yes. Can't leave me here all by myself dancing on the ceiling.
No, I would just go through the drawers and find Harry and Meghan's wedding invite list.
Oh, facts.
Just start calling them.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
They did all the heavy work for you.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
The White House is responding to TikTok. Remember when Donald Trump was in office and he wanted to ban TikTok? And everybody's like, you're crazy. Now the White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre told reporters yesterday that the federal government is working on a solution for TikTok, although they stopped short of saying whether TikTok would be officially banned altogether in the U.S. Here she is.
We've been very clear that TikTok, poses a problem and an issue. And so we have concerns about that as it relates to Americans' data, collecting Americans' data, and the potential national security risk. And we've been very, very clear on that.
TikTok has already been banned for use on state-owned electronic devices in several states across the country, as well as at the federal level over cybersecurity concerns.
Here in Canada, too, on government phones.
Yep.
How am I going to see Jagmeet Singh doing the Tuesday slide?
Well, he can probably still do it on his personal phone.
You're not supposed to have a personal phone, though, when you're in high-level government, though.
Oh.
Because that's where you do all your secrets, right?
Yeah.
I have two phones.
Yeah, well, that's not surprising. What's surprising is that you don't have three. You know what I mean?
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Today in history, it was 40 years ago in 1983 that the CD player and compact discs were released for the first time in the U.S. The first CD player, the Sony CDP 101, cost about how much in 1983? Mocha, how much was the first CD player in 1983?
$100?
That's what?
$100.
No, the first CD player in 1983 was actually $1,000.
$1,000?
Yeah.
No, thanks.
Don't you remember how much VCRs used to cost?
Oh, yeah.
VCRs were like $800.
Oh, yeah.
Give me the model of this Sony.
It's the CDP-101.
CDP, compact disc player.
Thanks, Maury. I think we got that.
Damn, son.
Is it huge? It's a giant brick.
Bro.
Is it? Hold on, let me look at this.
You won't even be. That looks like a VCR. Look at this.
CDP-101.
That looks like
Oh, yeah,
one of those
totally.
machines that
It's a huge machine.
like what they would use to launch the government would use to launch the nukes.
It looks like what can I even compare this to, right? Like, because you can't even say
cylinder
stereo
block.
equipment anymore because people don't even know how big stereo equipment is. Stereo equipment is the size of your phone now, right? Because it is your phone. Yeah, it's a giant brick that only played one disc.
You know what
Right?
the first CD ever released was?
What?
Billy Joel.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Interesting. Good thing we don't fact check on this show.
What other fun facts do you have about the CD player,
The first
Maury?
CD, the cost of the CDs back then was $22.
No, more than that.
No, $22.
No.
It has to be more. If
Way
the CD
more.
player costs $1,000,
CDs, for my research back in 1983, cost $22.
what, you did research in 1983?
Like, well, I Googled.
When?
You got to stop just like Googling and spitting out the first Wikipedia.
No, I did some hard research on this.
Hard research.
What, on your two phones?
Yes.
Yeah, it's a CD typically costs around $15 to $22.
Yeah, I remember them being more. That's probably in America, though. You know what I mean? We always get screwed up here with stuff like that.
Do you remember the first CD you ever bought?
Me? No.
Mine was Rolling Stones.
Yeah, I don't remember the first CD I ever bought. Probably like Bruce Springsteen.
What other
or
cool
Prince or
CD
something
memories
like
do you
that.
have, Maury?
Yeah, I know.
Since we're going down this road.
Well, that you stole one once.
Oh, damn. Wow, snitch.
He's talked about
That
it.
file's still open, more. I know, but he's always vague. Allegedly, Mocha stole a CD.
No, I was arrested.
Oh.
The Roz and Mocha Show
Podcast.
Jason Derulo is releasing a book.
You have to say his name
That was
properly.
announced. Hold on a second, Maury. Jason Derulo is releasing a book set to be released on June 27th. The name of Jason Derulo's book is the best title ever for a Jason Derulo book. The best title ever for a Jason Derulo book.
Okay.
The name of the book is Sing Your Name Out Loud. 15 Rules for Living Your Dream.
Oh.
Exactly.
Jason Derulo.
The Roz and Mocha Show
Podcast.
Where are we here? Will Smith made his first award speech since the Oscar incident last year. This was at the... Let me get this right. He accepted the Beacon Award at the African American Film Critics Association Awards. His Emancipation co-star, Charmaine Bingwa, and the AAFC counselor Gil L. Roberts introduced Will Smith, and Anton Fuqua, who, of course, was the director of Emancipation. This is Will Smith on a stage, just like acting like Will Smith.
I remember it was the second day of shooting, and 110 degrees, and we're out there, and I was in a scene with one of the white actors, and we had our line, and the actor decided to ad-lib. So we're doing the scene, and I did my line, and then he did his line, and then he ad-libbed and spit in the middle of my chest.
Oh my God.
If I had pearls on, I definitely would have clutched them. And I wanted to say, Antoine!
Wow.
But I stopped. In the distance, I hear a voice. And Antoine says, hey, let's do a take without the spit.
Okay, that's funny. That's funny.
And in that moment, I knew that God was real.
Wow, got laughs on laughs.
Yeah, so we know that Will Smith has said that he had reached out to Chris Rock multiple times. Chris wasn't ready to talk. We know that Chris Rock turned down the opportunity to host the Academy Awards, and we also learned that Chris Rock turned down the opportunity to appear with Will Smith in his Super Bowl commercial because we know Chris Rock wasn't ready to talk. However, all that is going to change on Saturday because at 10 p.m. on Netflix, Chris Rock Selective Outrage, which will stream live, which is a live Chris Rock comedy show on Netflix on Saturday night at 10 p.m. as we know that he had said that when he's ready to talk about it, he will. Now, he's been test driving material over the last year, right?
He's been on tour with Kevin Hart.
So here, let me give you some of the jokes that he has sort of been testing out on stage about the Will Smith incident. He goes, the thing people want to know, did it hurt? Hell yeah, it hurt. He played Muhammad Ali. I played Pookie. Even in animated movies, I'm a zebra. He's an effing shark. I got hit so hard, I heard summertime ringing in my ears.
Summertime.
He goes on to say, Will Smith is a big dude. I'm not. Will Smith is shirtless in his movies. If you see me in a movie getting open heart surgery, I'm going to be having a sweater on.
Okay. No more spoilers. I can't wait to watch this now.
One more.
Okay.
He always said, he goes, I always rooted for Will Smith my whole life. Then he goes on to say, but the other day I watched Emancipation just so I could watch him get whipped.
Oh, my God.
Can I just say? Okay, first of all, great spoilers. I'm still going to watch, right?
Yeah.
Second of all, I'm glad he didn't do the voice like how Michael Scott did in The Office.
I forgot about that, actually. But anyway, so so this live show is all part of, I guess, Chris Rock's deal with Netflix. But again, I haven't seen a live, have you ever seen a live,
never
comedy show on Netflix?
No.
So again, it's Chris Rock's Selective Outrage. It's going to stream on Netflix at 10 p.m. on Saturday from the Hippodrome Theater in Baltimore.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
That Oakville High School teacher with the massive Z-cup prosthetic breasts has been placed on leave after the New York Post revealed that she rarely wears them outside of school.
New York Post?
Yes, international. Kayla Lemieux was put on leave on Tuesday. They say, well, not currently on active assignment. The teacher remains employed. Lemieux's suspension comes after Education Minister Stephen Lecce and Halton Region MPPs rebuked the school board for having, quote, abdicated its responsibility by failing to put the interests and safety of students first. That is according to The Sun. It went international after the Post revealed last month that once outside of school, Lemieux ditches the huge breasts, wig, and the makeup and just walks around like a man, in just regular clothes. However, Lemieux, in an interview, said that the photos were not her, although she could not she could not prove it, and then denied that the giant breasts were prosthetic at all. Says that they're real, and it's a hormone thing. To me, going on administrative leave is what I thought this was all about at the beginning. I thought that the teacher was a huge troll who just wanted to force the school to support the ridiculousness of all of this, or they were just so pissed off at something that they were just hoping to get paid leave. And that seems like what's happening now.
Well, as the story develops, can you keep us abreast, please?
Yes, I will, Maury. You got it.
And that's how you do that.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Oh, Chris Pine. So remember when back in the, I think it was the Cannes Film Festival, wasn't it? Venice Film Festival, Cannes Festival, one of those things, where they were doing all the press for Don't Worry, Darling, when the story was that Harry Styles spit on Chris Pine. You remember that shot where he leaned over?
And you can clearly see a wad of spit fall out of
That's what it looked like. Like it really...
right onto Chris Pine.
It was very weird because the whole thing happened in a crowded theater.
Yeah.
And it didn't look like any words were exchanged between
But you
them.
didn't see any of the saliva.
Just a spit.
Right?
So disrespectful.
It really looked like Harry Styles horked on Chris Pine.
Yeah. All this late night, it's too much late night talking to you.
But Chris Pine, in a new interview, addresses exactly what went on during Spitgate.
Simple yes or no, Mr. Pine. Please explain. Did Harry spit on me? Harry did not spit on me. Harry's a very, very kind guy. I was trying to figure out, I was on the plane with my publicist who says I look like Rachel from Friends. We're flying back from Venice and I'm sleeping and having a great time on the plane. I love planes. And she wakes me up in a state, and she said, "We have to craft a message about what happened in Venice." And I was like, "About what? About Harry spitting on you?" Which I had no idea what happened. Showed me the thing, and it does look indeed like Harry spitting on me. He didn't spit on me. I think what he said is he leaned down, and I think he said, "It's just words, isn't it?" Because we had this little joke, because we're all jet lagged, we're all trying to answer these questions, and sometimes when you're doing these press things, your brain goes befuddled, and you start speaking gibberish, and we had a joke about it's just words, man.
So, anyway, you buy that?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, why not, right?
I don't think he spit, but I don't know if that's exactly what happened.
Yeah, I think I agree with you more.
No, I don't buy it. And I don't buy it because of Chris Pine's reaction.
Yeah, I
during
know.
the whole thing.
Really, he reacted like he got spat on and couldn't do anything because they were in a crowded theater.
Like knowing that there's cameras everywhere. Why would Harry Styles go and spit on a man?
I don't know because
for
remember
what
back to the
purpose?
story, like they all didn't like Harry because he was with Olivia Wilde at the time and it screwed up the movie, and that's the whole thing with Florence Pugh not even showing up to the press conference, although she was there because she was pissed off at Olivia
it's unfortunate
Wilde.
because I actually did enjoy that movie.
Yeah. I had no idea what it was about. They were like that relationship ruined the movie simply because that became the story. And every single time Olivia Wilde opened her mouth about anything, she pissed somebody off. And mainly her own cast.
You know what, though? I'm glad I didn't know anything about the movie.
Yeah, I had
because
no
I watched
idea.
it and I was like,
it's kind of good.
This is really
Yeah,
good.
it was a good movie.
Yeah.
I wish I'd known what it was about.
Thank you for all the controversy.
Yeah.
Harry Styles, thank you for spitting on Chris Pine.
Yeah, I kind of dug it. I really did. Thought she did a great job.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
You want to hear a keyboard player make a song out of a car alarm horn? Are you interested in that at all?
Yes.
Okay, so this is a keyboard player, Tony Ann, and he made the car alarm by
on purpose?
Yeah. So I guess there was a car alarm honking or something like that. I don't know, but anyway, listen.
Yo, this is pretty dope. I like this.
Yeah.
Yo, that is actually kind of fire.
Gives me soap opera vibes.
It does. You're right. I have classical music stuck in my head. I tried to watch that movie Tar with Cate Blanchett. That's up for like a couple Academy Awards about a composer.
Ugh, boring.
Oh my God, dude. This movie.
Did you know it was about a composer?
I sort of did, but I thought it was a different story. Like I just thought,
Like
that
what,
there
a
was gonna
different
be-
composer?
No, I thought like there was going to be like she was going nuts, so there was like supernatural stuff or something. I don't know what I thought.
Yeah.
I don't know what I thought. But this movie is like, it's not for me. I
Boring.
don't know who the movie's for, but it's not for me.
Other composers?
I guess maybe there's just like these really long, talky scenes in the movies, like over 2 hours.
No
and
action?
it's- No.
Like no cars
It's
chase
just-
scenes?
No. How about a movie about a composer?
I don't know.
No.
Like maybe the composer wrote
the
ultimate song. And then a
Yes.
competing composer was like, before this song, before these music sheets get out.
Yes.
I need to claim those music sheets.
Right.
So then they find out where the composer, who I assumed his name, no, the song is called Tar.
Oh, excuse me.
So competing composer
Okay.
tracks down where the Tar writer is holding the music sheets.
Okay.
And then
Okay.
a car chase ensues, and he's like, "Give me Tar!
This-
I should have Tar!"
You've just described a really, really mediocre Nicolas Cage movie.
And I was thinking, starring Nicolas Cage.
Thanks for listening to the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Catch the guys live
Weekday mornings from 6 to 10.
on Kiss 92.5
Kiss925.com.
or download the Kiss 92.5 app.